Okay, just carrying on from where the last video ended. All we need to do is just green tick to complete those selections for the mirror tool. Okay, and this sketch is really as far as we can take it for now. We need to extrude a few different sections here at different heights. The sort of magnet or horseshoe shape on the left is 20 mil in height. The main cylinder at the back is 50 mil, and the main plate across the middle is only 10 mil in height. So we need to apply 3 different extrusions to this. So exit the sketch. And in the first extrusion, I'm just going to select the main plate that runs through the center of the model. Okay, so we've got a few sections here. Make sure selected contours is switched on the left. The software will default to 10 mil because it's the first extrusion we've done anyway. One other thing, I am just going to turn the blind option to mid-plane. This will help us out when we apply the other extrusions, you'll see later on. Okay, so we need to select each of the sections of the horseshoe, not the center, because we need to leave that hollow. The 2 main plate sections, and the final cylinder at the back there, leaving the bit in the middle hollow. Okay, green tick. Now what happens is if you click off, your original sketch disappears because you've already used it, but we do still need that sketch. Now you can find it on the left inside the Boss Extrude, and just to help us out we can right click on it and keep it visible by turning the little eye symbol on here. Okay, so you can see my sketch is now visible again with different elements to select. So I'm just going to select the rear circle at the back and then go into Extruded Boss Base again. Okay, so now we can see that we're actually getting the option to extrude this separately. Now because so much of the cylinder is above the main body and so much of it is below, at different extents, we need to actually add a second direction from the options on the left. Okay, we get similar options to up at the top. Now we can see it's added 10 mil, so that means there's 5 mil of the plate and then 5 mil left at the bottom, which is correct to the drawing. So if we remove that additional 10 mil here from our 50 mil overall measurement, then we need 40 mil in the upward direction. Okay, we also need the middle bit to be hollowed out, so I'm going to click in my selected contours box and just make sure I've only got the internal. Okay, I'll clear out the box first and then choose inside the ring. There we are, finally got there. Okay, and green tick. So same thing again, we need to go back in and now edit or extrude, sorry, the magnet shape at the front. Alright, so I'm just going to choose any line, doesn't really matter which one, and then Extruded Boss Base. Now this time, because I chose a random entity, I'm just going to right click in the selected contours box and clear it out. And we need to select the areas that make up the magnet shape at the front. Okay. Alright, this time I'm going to change it from blind to mid-plane, and the extension should be 20 millimeters. You can see here it's not currently happy with something, so thin feature's been switched on. That's because I only chose an individual line to begin with, so I'm going to switch that off and we get the shape we need. Okay, green tick. And we're finished with that sketch now, so I can just right click on there and use the eye symbol again to hide it. Okay, so hopefully you can see the shape of the part coming together now. There's a rib that needs adding down the middle, and also the clamp section at the back. No right or wrong way in whichever order you choose to do these features. Let's have a little look at the rib tool first. So I need a plane that sits down the center of the model. Luckily, you know, when we started, we snapped this to the point of origin, which means our front plane should sit nicely down the center of the model. Okay, all I'm going to do for this is just going to go straight into the sketch tab, and while the plane's selected, grab the line tool, press the space bar, and you can use normal 2 or the front view.